Yo, what is good? My anniversary. What is good, yo? So, this was the most brawler-like character in this game, especially when it comes down to the fight that we get in this week's episode. I was thinking of someone to match Cutthroat in this game, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. Especially if it was like a downloadable character or something. I don't have them, but regardless, this week's episode was actually pretty fire. We learned a lot more about just like the overall world, and that two places had a conflict that pretty much ended with a bomb, and after this bomb was set off, it made a whole entire area in between them and just both areas in general be completely like ridiculously toxic. So if you ever wanted to go on either side, it seems like you're not allowed through this train anyway. Like, not to mention just by the way this train is traveling, how fast it's traveling, where it's traveling to, it feels like it's the only way there to get to this place, in my opinion. Like, if you would ask me, I would honestly think there was no other way to get to this place, just from what I'm looking at. But overall, we learn that, and that for whatever reason, the doctor is a lot more capable than we could ever imagine. Today she got asked the hypothetical, what if I split you in two? She said she would probably still recover from it, right? Like, she would still somehow have a way to be able to do surgery on herself. And that just goes to show you how ridiculous her talents should be, especially when it comes down to saving people multiple upon multiple times, even though she was like the first person to get like she's close to being the first and only hold on, sorry, I need to sneeze. I got another one. Ugh. But she seemingly was the first one to take the most damage, right? um the brawler straight up threw the pupil at her and they both go crashing, but somehow, some way, the doctor still put the pupil like under uh, synthetics, or excuse me, put her under some kind of drug, because all you can see is like the needle that she's holding afterwards, and it's pretty clear that they're trying to state that even though she was straight up thrown at her, it's not like the doctor braced herself and caught the person. She more or less actually attacked her. She literally got attacked and attacked. So that's kind of my main reason as of why I think the doctor is a lot more capable than we actually are seeing, because as of right now, if she was anybody normal, she was getting bopped. Like, that would have been a wrap for her. She not only takes the blow, but gets the opponent super, I want to say tranquilized, right? Like, it seemed like a tranquilized or some kind of just like sleeping mechanism. But when I say she saved multiple people, she was the first one to react after the bike destroys half of the railing cart, and she actually stops them all from either A, being sucked out to the back, or B, the stuff from outside getting inside and maybe hurting them. I'm not too sure how the executioners are going to get out of that situation, but seeing how their car might just like roll backwards, I don't know why it would roll backwards, but it could, I guess. And maybe that's how they're going to escape, or maybe the executioners have somebody capable of getting in there and getting them out. I don't know, But I'm guessing they're going to be just fine because they seem like they're just as much of the story, if not, you know, the other half of the story, you know. Um, I feel like the executioners are going to be our way of seeing, you know, the government for what it is and being angry at them for not doing the one job that they have, which is killing these criminals, or at least killing criminals in general. And yet all of them are still alive, and you and your pupil have been pretty much out, uh, out maneuvered a couple times. The master though is so broken. Not only has he got like shot in his shoulder, he gotten cut a couple times, like kind of grazed, but he's going against these people that pretty much have ridiculous sentences, and they have their own quirks and whatnot, and he's just taking them all one by one, making his way through. That's what's pretty cool about the executioners overall, is that they definitely feel a lot of what the story is trying to be, and that is that these characters are not that far off from these criminals types when it comes down to being insanely capable of doing some crazy ridiculous stuff when it comes down to fighting, and when it comes down just to like taking people out in general. Why is she just poking me like that? Get out of here. But yeah, overall, this show is getting interesting the more and more it goes. Even Cutthroat actually wanted to do something because his little girlfriend was threatened this week, and he snaps out, of course, showing him keeping up with the executioner, but not only keeping up, but kind of toying with him in a way, because even the executioner comments of the sleight of hand that had to have happened. Not only was Cutthroat disarmed at one point, he then slides a blade out from underneath his coat sleeve, and then blocks an attack that's already coming down, so it's got even more momentum and speed, and he completely stops that attack. You know, like, it seemed like it was getting to a point where Cutthroat actually was going to go for the kill sooner or later, and if the executioner didn't kill him, he would die. But then Brawler comes in, and that changes the whole entire way the fight ends, with him still angry about even backing away at one point. The executioner was so crazy, he made the Brawler take a step back. And he's like, fear is not in my dictionary. What am I doing? I actually thought about running. So, of course, he gets amped up, fights for a little bit longer, but takes a blade to the gut, and still winds up bear hugging and dropping him on his head, to find out this man is still walking around and kicking the executioner. He straight up got dropped on his head, and maybe some of his ribs broken, depending on how tight he was squeezed, because I'm guessing he was trying to fight his way out and just couldn't out of the Brawler's grip. But yeah, guys, holy, so much happened in such a small area. But overall, hopefully you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I need to blow everything, like my nose and stuff, because I hate sneezing and trying to talk afterwards. It's annoying, but whatever, whatevs. I hope you guys have an amazing one. I'll definitely talk to you sooner than later with at least 2 videos today, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Alright, peace.